Hello, one and all, on this wonderful Friday night. We are drawing Mint in Black, Agent J from Mint in Black, to be more specifically. I'm pretty much set up here, just a couple minor things to do. I've got my reference up. I'm just bringing up the chat and everything so I can see that. Okay, so we've sent out a few invites for people to come in and draw with us. So, although nobody is here, we will get started. Oh, we got two viewers. Hello to everybody who is here. I think one is me. One is probably Jessica. Although, if it's not Jessica and you can speak, say so. Oh, we are back down to one. Oh well. Oh, we got two again. Cool. Hey, good dog. I've set up the slave Leia for tomorrow night. Draw off between you and John. And I might join in myself. Tank might be coming in too for it. I've got the link in the Facebook group if you want to come in. So I will be using that clickbait tomorrow for sure. Might see whether I can get anybody else in too. That will be tomorrow evening for 10 o'clock my time. Okay. Yeah. Still here listening. Maybe you're reading. Okay, if you're not going to come in, talk to me, Manny. Talk to me. Say something. If it's not working, let me know, Manny. That way I can do something about it. Oh, we only got one in, so. Okay, so I get a shirt from like a couple pencils, so nobody's here but me. Nobody's here but me. Da, 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 da. So it's a good time to sharpen pencils. Oh, hello to whomever's here. I was just sharpening some pencils. Not sure whether you can talk or not. Hello, Donkey Box. How are you? I see you subscribed a little bit ago, a week or so ago. Have you been watching many of the videos? Have you been enjoying them? Yeah, that is not good. Definitely not good at all. Well, it's good if you needed it cold, I guess, but not a pleasant. Oh, that's cool. That's always good. Well, the main thing is that you enjoy watching or enjoy seeing what you see. You enjoy what you see. Oh, that's good. That's no problem. Not talking much. Hey, don't got much to say. You don't got much to say, right? Some of us talk enough for a lot of people. So I take it you like what's going on with Comicsgate, or you know what? If you don't mind me asking. Oh, that could be a good thing at times. A wise man knows when to shut his mouth. Hey, Brandon. In the Men in Black. Yeah, Mike's good. I like watching Mike too. Haven't seen you in a while, Brandon. What? Oh, that's good. I hope you're learning lots. You can learn lot just by watching. I am good, Brandon. I am very good. Uh, cool. Another thing that can help you, in my opinion, is how to draw the Marvel way. It's an excellent teacher too. That with Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. I know it helped me improve my game a lot, and I recommend it here on here a lot. I know other people recommend a lot of stuff too, and it's probably all good. Oh, so you got the book form? There's a video of it too. Um, you can find the video right here on YouTube and watch it for free. I borrowed it from my library back like in the 90s. And well, so I'm not sure whether you got the book or the video. Oh, no matter what, I think that book can help you do whatever. It can help you just with drawing, or it can help you, you can get down things. Yeah, we comics do heroic proportions, as you might say, but other than that, uh, some exaggerated proportions. But other than that, and it's good to have the book for sure too, because book probably goes into a little bit more detail, but still the video is excellent. Because it goes into a little bit of everything. It goes into your perspective, your 1 point, your 2 point, your 3 point drawings. No problem. I'm here to help anybody I can, any way I can. Hello? Is that Tank?
Indeed it is, sir. How are you?
Good. Still raining there, I hear.
Yes, it is. So I'm on push to talk.
What are you drawing tonight?
I am doing day 4 Inktober, getting caught up on some backup,
Ah, cool.
which is day 4 Inktober with Spell. So, can you see that all right?
Yeah,
All right. I figured a little extra light might help the video quality.
yeah, that's probably the best thing that you need from what I've seen of your stuff so far.
Yeah. So I set up a second device as a little spot. This is like the definition of cyberpunk, high tech, low life. Um, Anyway, how do you spell hero? Brazier. Brazier is one of the characters 2065 Retribution.
Uh,
So I'll be drawing him today.
cool. What was I gonna say? I don't know a lot about Ink October. Like, where do you, if when you do stuff, where do you send it in? What? How does this work? Not that I'd be competing this time, but
Oh, it's not even really much of a competition. It's just more of a fun thing to do.
oh,
Uh,
okay,
Before I did Inktober, I did Sketchtober,
okay,
and I kind of combined the two where I don't use any pencil. I just go straight ink.
yeah, okay. Because from what I had heard, it sounded like more of a competition, but for
I mean,
I
I'm sure
guess
there are contests out there. But there's just a drawing prompt list, a main one, and there's a lot of other little ones that anybody could get over. There's Scaretober.
Yeah, I'm half doing Scaretober.
There's a Marvel theme, a DC theme, an all branches superhero theme for each day of the month.
Like I said, I'm half doing that. All that. Well, not the ink part, but just because I do DC characters on Tuesday, anime slash Magna on Wednesday. Thursday is DC. I mean Marvel. Friday is sci-fi. Um, Saturday is independent, and Monday is mine. Cross
Nice,
comics.
that's a good schedule.
And Sunday, I'm taking off now. I got my whole October planned out for characters to draw.
That's real nice.
Let's see, I had it here earlier. Where was it? There we go. Yes, tomorrow I'm drawing Spawn.
Oh, he's a cool one.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever drawn him before, so. And then Monday's my character, the Flame. Drawn him, I don't know how many dozen times. Then I'm doing the D. What you can see there? Or
Oh, I was gonna say, well, if you ever need some villains, I have a whole bunch that I would be glad to give to public domain for anybody to use. Because honestly, I'm doing science fiction. It's gonna take me 2 years to put out 2065 Retribution in its entirety. So, and then I have more science fiction to do after that.
I've got a slew of villains, so
Good, good. Well, DC Comics gets it right because their heroes are interesting because their villains are awesome.
yeah. Next Tuesday I'm doing DC's Jack o' Lantern, who is a hero, and then for Marvel I'm doing their bad guy Jack o' Lantern.
That's awesome.
I just thought, I got to do both.
Oh, absolutely. Can't have one without the other.
And then for my anime next Wednesday, I'm doing One-Eyed Owl. I have no idea who that is.
Okay.
My one subscriber, Bob, he's really into anime, so I got him to just give me some names for, like Halloweenish, well, maybe not Halloweenish, but horror or whatever type.
Oh yeah, I understand. I have a subscriber on Patreon that I send them an original artwork, or not an original artwork, but I send them a postcard that has something to do with a cat.
Yeah. And then next Friday is Frankenstein. Followed by
Nice.
followed by Hellboy the next day.
Andre Brazier he's an all-American hero.
Who's that? Andre. Oh, your character, Andre Brazier, or is he your character?
Yeah, he is. He is my all-American hero. He's the archetype of the competent man.
Cool.
He's African American, born in Oakland, California, year 1991, and he would go on to be America's most decorated soldier, even surpassing the vaunted Audie Murphy.
Okay. And he's in your 2265. Did I say that right?
He's in the 2065. He's in Retribution.
Oh, 2065, not 2265.
Yeah, there's actually a whole series that's going to be coming out. I've been working on this. Has been my back burner hobby for nearly 20 years as I've had other jobs.
Ah.
I may or may not have had ample time to be thinking on this.
Yeah. And then I follow the next Monday with my villain Frogger. I wonder where I got it. I wonder where I got that name. But he's nothing like the video game. And then I'm gonna do Trigon from DC.
Ooh, he's fun because he has that double set of eye.
Yeah. And followed by Naruto and another anime one.
Oh, I love Naruto.
Then Ghost Rider. Then Alien.
Well, yeah. It's the spooky season. You gotta have Alien. That thing's horrifying.
Yeah. And then for my independent, I'm gonna do Satana from Brand.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm gonna try and get Antonio and Kanan on for that. I'm gonna email them in a couple sometime in the next week or so and say, hey, on this date, I'm doing this about this time. You want to come on?
Oh, that's a good idea. It's
And
never a bad idea to reach out and try and communicate to somebody in a professional manner.
yeah, they're still in demand store. Hopefully, they will be at that time. Come on and promote. Yeah, sure. A lot of my audience might be their audience as well, but
Well, you never know. This is why statistical error exists.
yeah. And then the Monday following is my villain Horsefly. Then I do Etricon the Demon for my DC for that week. Then I do some anime that I learned to pronounce and now I forget how.
I know those. I've probably seen it.
Yeah. Followed by Morbius.
Ah, yes, the Living Vampire, a classic of Marvel Comics.
I thought he'd be great for this season. Then followed by Roderick from Pitch Black.
Oh, absolutely.
Then Michael Myers for my independent. And then Extendo, my villain. And then Scarecrow. And then for anime, which is the 31st, Overlord. Which I have no idea who he is again. I have no idea who any of the anime are.
Research projects are fun. I mean, that's most of where my commission money comes from.
Yeah. For me, the research I do is I I put the name into a search engine and I grab photos.
Well, that's the first step. You're on the right path. I hate it when you're drawing with a pen and you mess up.
Yeah, it's not good dropping the pen. I don't like that hand.
I'm being assaulted by spiders tonight.
Yeah. Trying to make you Spider-Man?
They're horrible critics. One of them even literally pooped on my work.
Well, that's not good.
No, it didn't like my sketchbook cover.
Sounds a bit sketchy to me.
See? Right here. Right there. And there. It didn't
Yes.
like all the memes that I had packed into this. Look at all those memes. They're everywhere.
Let's see. Show that again.
Hold on. Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, so yes, look at all these memes. You've got the title here. You know, the whole somebody presenting. You got the artwork in front of and behind the title. You've got the box in the corner with the floating head. Thank you, Marvel, for giving us that meme. You've got the whole bunch of the not rounded to the nearest 5 anniversary timeline right there. Down here at the bottom, you got a character in the foreground. Of course, Scalpel. She's breaking the fourth wall here, and she's addressing the audience directly. This is the main character, by the way, of 2065 Retribution.
Oh, okay.
Yes, she, and behind her, if I turn this so you can actually see it, that's one of the replacements. If you can make that out, that's one of the replacements.
Cool.
Yes, and quite dead. Well, not functioning. Dead is a relative term. They're robots after all. But yes, and of course she's actually doing the meme with the salt. And there's the double entendre, the double alliteration, salty cyberside. But I did it without the same letter, so that's another meme. It's 2 memes for the price of 1 right there. Of course, you got the tagline at the bottom, dank memes in every action-packed issue. I haven't worked on it a little while because I still want to squeeze in more memes. I want that to be as cliche as it gets, because that's one of the things that defines her as one of the bad guys. Is she loves a good cliche, and she's willing to point it out. She doesn't, we don't go out of the way to, in the store for storytelling purposes, right? I don't go out of the way to, force cliches upon the reader. It's just that, much like in real life, occasionally they happen. They're just unavoidable. And she might remark on the moment, and and since she's completely crazy, it might just enjoy it.
Yeah. I think my one character, my is gonna break the fourth wall a little, but just more, probably more on the covers. I probably won't have him do it in the comic.
Well, that's the only place that she's going to break the fourth wall is on that one sketchbook.
Okay.
She is. This is a science. This is actually like a science fiction story. The literary version, words and the words inside the book. That one will be available next holiday season.
So Christmas or Thanksgiving?
It'll be available around the Thanksgiving time when people are spending their money for holiday gifts.
And that, just for any Canadian viewers, that of course is the American Thanksgiving.
Yeah, sometime. Well, let's just say American Halloweenish, or after American Halloweenish.
Well, our Halloween's the same as yours.
Oh, okay, groovy. Well, then it works. Halloween.
It's just your Thanksgiving is in November. Ours is this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Although it doesn't happen till Monday, so I'll wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving in Canada on Monday.
Do you guys gorge yourselves like sickening pigs up there as well?
Yep.
Isn't it
I
awesome?
yeah. I just like the fact that ours is a little further away from Christmas.
Right, you get a little bit of a longer break between the family, or the family can visit both times, depending on the circumstance.
Yeah, but it's more. It's like less. You get stuff yourself. You're stuffing yourself. Further apart.
Yeah, that makes you appreciate it more.
Yeah, but two times in like what, a month? It's gonna be pretty hard on you. And then it's all the preparations too, for Christmas and thing, and then Thanksgiving. It's good. I think it's good
Oh,
for
and a
the
week after
movie.
Christmas is New Year. It's brutal.
Yeah, yeah, but New Year's can be bad, but it's not quite as bad as I'd say Thanksgiving or um, Christmas, just because it's just a party. You put out a whole bunch of snacks, right? If you have a
Mostly,
party.
yeah. Well, yeah, I've got a horde of children, so yeah, it means that all the kids are going to want to stay up to midnight. They're going to want to see the ball drop on TV. We're going to have a big thing about it. Everybody's going to stay up to like 2 in the morning, and
Yeah,
dad's going to get no work done.
yeah. Well, I remember staying up till midnight when I was a kid, like that on New Year's. So one time you get to stay up that late, if you can make it.
I work 10 to 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
I take care of family for 2 to 6 hours a day, and that's 7 days a week.
Ouch.
Hey, you got to hustle and bustle. You got to bust it to make it big. So that's what I'm going to do. I want to provide a story that is very well thought through, has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Something that people can find a character that they can relate to, villains they can begrudgingly hate,
Love to
or
hate.
even just hate outright. Oh, dude, oh man, I've got villains. I've got villains, and the line between hero and villain is human. They're all human characters, so nobody's infallible. Um, they all have
Yeah.
their plus sides and their downsides.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still,
For
they're larger
my,
than life, so you got to have larger than life, otherwise boring.
yeah. Yeah, that's what I. Well, the one main thing I tried to do with my universe is I'm trying to take the best of DC, the best of Marvel, the best stuff, ideas and all that they've had over the years, and mix them together, and then add a little bit of my own stuff that I think is good. Being a comic reader.
Oh, I understand. I would dare say that, you keep their stuff separate and you just create your own world.
Well,
Start with
oh
the
yeah,
real world and all just from there.
yeah. Well, what I mean is like, okay, where DC's got a lot of overpowered heroes, and people like the sort of, some people like the overpowered heroes, some don't. DC said their heroes are more known by their super names. Marvel's known more by their secret identity names. I want it so people know them by both names, or refer to them as both names just as easy. Stuff like
Nice.
that.
Okay. I see where you're coming from.
One good thing about I've liked is the crises over the years, a yearly crisis that brings a lot of the heroes in the universe together.
A lot like DC's doing with their TV shows. They have a big crossover event every season, and I tell you, it is fun.
Yeah, but I'm talking the
It
good
is
stuff
real
like
fun. I enjoy it.
yeah. That's what I mean by taking the good from DC and Marvel, those type of concepts, and then adding in whatever my own. Like I because DC and Marvel they both have like the World War II superheroes. Well, mainly because they were
Right.
created back then. That inspired me to create my World War II superheroes. So there's a generation thing there, and they can sort of inspire. But mine are more they were more secretive when they were around.
Okay.
And I figured for my World War II ones, I use like corny. They get more of the corny names.
Right. Their names are basically just glorified propaganda.
Yeah, like well, I'm not sure whether it's a propaganda, but like I have one character from that time, Fishman.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Something that fits well, propaganda is just something that speaks to a narrative. It's not necessarily a bad or a good thing.
Yeah, and then, well, I do have a character named Super Spider too for that era, but she looks totally different than the Super Spider that is from the Merge comics that I was showing you earlier today.
Oh yeah.
But since she read Merge comics, and she ends up getting spider-like abilities, through different means, she ends up calling herself Super Spider.
Sounds interesting.
Then I got a character named Squeaker for that era. She can shrink down to the size of a baby mouse.
Okay.
Um, I got a guy named Prop Man, so he's all about a little bit about the gadgets and gizmos. He takes his name from being a stage prop guy,
Okay.
where he comes up with the things for the stage to invent for their different stuff that they need on stage for special effects or whatever. Like I said,
Oh, I know. I've done that work before.
but this is more dealing with like 1930s, 1940s stuff. So like corny stuff like that. I have a soldier who's super strong, and he's nicknamed Moose, and that's what he goes by for his superhero king.
Okay.
Is that all of them? Oh, and there's one other. I'm not going to reveal too much about her at the moment. Her name's Student Wiz. I don't know what her powers are. I wrote a history, but she ends up having a history with another one of my characters in the present. So I don't want to say too much about that because I don't want to give away storyline.
Spoilers.
I don't want to give too much storyline away.
Nope, I'm with you. Spoilers. Spoilers bad.
Yeah, I do not like spoilers. That's connected. But also one thing that I'm also thinking of trying to implement is World War I superheroes. I'm not sure how they'd play
Oh, that'd be
exactly.
cool.
And I had that idea before Wonder Woman came out.
Well, if you leave a thought out in the ether too long, somebody's going to pick up on it.
Yeah. I have I have one for sure, the name. I don't have his powers or anything. He's just simply called the Brit.
Sounds like a rough boy, like, oi, I go to soccer games and I beat up everybody.
I started trying to create a World War I superheroine. I don't really like the outfit
Yeah.
that I came up with, just because it looks too much like a burqa and all that.
Well, there are some things, there are some cool, like, burqa styles that can be incorporated, like veils and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Can totally work.
yeah. It's. I was trying to give her a flight suit type deal from that era. I forget exactly how what it. I could show here. Give me a sec. uh, I forget. I think it was flight stuff, flight deck, or whatever, or flight. Not like a pilot type stuff from that era. Let's see. Where do I have it? Just finding it. It's under hero. Oh, there we go. I haven't got her colored in or anything. Open this. But show top there. Okay, now I will share my screen. Put that down. She's not quite finished, but there she is. It's a slightly older drawing, but I'm not sure whether you can see it now. Tank?
Sorry, I forgot I had my mic muted. I was like, oh yeah, no, I like that. That's a cool design.
Yeah, it's just. I guess it's just the hood. The other parts aren't too bad. I guess.
Well, add some color and see where you go.
Yeah, I have no name for her yet. I just got her female World War I hero.
Well, back that World War One was Ottoman Empire was still around, and that's before the Arab lands were divided by Western powers.
Okay. And what does that mean exactly? Just
Oh, that yeah, oh yeah, having a superhero, especially somebody prominent back then, that would actually be not uncommon, in a superhero universe.
for a woman.
Even a woman superhero. Oh, for a woman superhero, especially. This Wahhabist type stuff, this whole women in burqas and Saudi life, that's new. This is new. That's post World War One. Actually, that's post World War Two.
Uh-huh.
World War II, the Arabian Peninsula was actually supposed to be given to another family, but the Saudis came and they violently took it over.
Uh,
And they're in power today, and they're extremists. Yep, it's not cool. That's a little bit of history for you there on that side. Actually, until the Shah of Iran was overthrown in '76, a woman in Iran dressed just like a woman in the Western world.
huh.
This is why the Khomeini is not a good idea. Hashtag Khomeini. Hashtag never. Sorry. Dang it, I had this. Yeah, hashtag Khomeini. Hashtag not even once.
Okay. This is not really looking like Agent J to me. Maybe it'll look a little bit more like when I do some shading.
There you go. I'm putting a little American flag here behind Brazier.
Cool. Oh, I only got one person watching now. Probably me.
Uh-oh, yeah, no, it's not me. I can't monitor today. But, this is why we need to stick up for moderate Arabs, man. They exist.
Yeah,
There
I
are
know.
moderate Muslims. They exist. This is not a myth, and it's not Saudi Arabia. That's not what it looks like.
Yeah.
Jordan's closer. Jordan's pretty progressive, man. I like Jordan. Women can drive and own land and walk around without being followed by a dude
Or following a dude around.
or following a dude around. They still don't have equal rights. There's still some catching up that needs to be done over there. But hey, they're on the way, man. This is good. We like that. We want to give them a little round of applause.
Yeah.
You can't just be angry because they're not all the way there yet.
true. The one thing that you probably really got to get rid of in all of those places is Sharia law.
Yeah, well, it's a religious law. It's religious doctrine,
Yeah,
and it's extreme religious doctrine. It's like as if the United States were running off of Leviticus.
yeah,
Dude, there'd be a lot of dead bodies.
true. Well, I think it would be a little bit more extreme than Leviticus because at least that had some, how do I say it? Leniency or whatever, some mercy in it.
Well, there's some mercy in that section of the Quran as well, but we're just taking like when you say Leviticus, people go, "Oh man, that's some fire and brimstone."
Yeah, I've read Leviticus myself at least once.
Dude, people had to be messing up pretty bad to get that book written. We all know where rules come from. They come from people breaking rules.
Yeah, yeah. Leviticus was God showing us how idiotic we are for Him. It nicely. Where are my blocks? There's black.
Well, anytime you're talking about a phenomenal cosmic power, yeah, no, we would be complete and utter savages by comparison.
Yeah. But it also took him like what over 2,000 years to give that to us too. So it's I think it's over 2,000.
Yeah, it's something like 2,000 years by the Julian timeline.
From creation for biblical stuff. So
Yeah, it's the Julian timeline. It's where we get the
yeah.
Julian date that we actually use in synchronizing uh, telecommunications.
Okay.
Use the Julian date. That's wild. If I were to put on a tinfoil hat, I would say that probably has something to do with Masons. Not saying that's a bad thing, but just a little tinfoily.
Yeah. So we got some good things out of some of this stupid stuff.
You should never discount it because it's all has value.
Yeah.
If it didn't, it would have been tossed to the rubbish. But the value that's there and the value that's perceived are two different monsters.
Yes. And the value they get out of it versus the value we get out of it's different too.
Well, the value of value is fiat.
Yeah.
Only it's individually controlled.
Yeah. One man's junk is another man's treasure. Farming. That's
I love Inktober.
uh,
It certainly is fun. I get to put art on hard mode for a minute. I encourage other artists to do the same. Go ahead and go into hard mode. Let the pen be unforgiving. You'll learn a lot.
oh, you're talking because going strictly inks, no pencils?
Yes, it is unforgiving. Once you go, there's no going back.
Yeah. I've done a little sketching with just pen before. And yeah, it's a pain. I've not
I
done
highly
too
recommend it.
I haven't done too bad, but then again I haven't done anything super detailed either, so you gotta plan out every stroke, before you make it.
Well, yeah, you can see me occasionally. I'll be like what I'm doing right now with my hand flying all over the page, going, okay, I'm going to do that, 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 that. Okay, I'm going over here.
Is that way then you hopefully don't make a bad stroke.
No regrets.
What was that?
No regrets. You know, like the tattoo meme, misspelled regrets.
Uh,
It's one of those trendy tattoos that kids get that they'll regret when they're 30.
yeah. That's what I hate with all black stuff. It can be good and bad at the same time. You don't end up seeing lines that you put in before, so it's like, why did I put those in again?
Oh yeah, no, that's always fun. I had that with the samurai picture that I've set down for the day because I still have to add all the detail to all the dead samurai now.
Oh, lovely.
It's gonna be pretty cool when I'm done with it.
Oh, yeah, I can bet.
I haven't even bothered counting all the dead bodies. I just added them until that whole line from the Corn song was stuck in my head. Dead bodies everywhere.
Oh,
I was
hey,
like, yeah, that's properly seasoned.
Hey, Bethany, how are you tonight?
Hey, Bethany.
Got Tank on here with me again?
Just hanging out, getting some of my Inktober work done.
I am good. I haven't heard back on if you guys. I'm not sure if you guys can pray. A friend of mine, her son had his tonsils out on Wednesday, but he was still hurting and he started spitting up some blood earlier today, so she's taking him to the hospital. Also, he wasn't able to be keeping some of his food down too, so uh, we
Definitely
want
prayers out.
So I haven't heard back from him or how he's doing. That was at like 7 o'clock. I got a text about that. So no, just before 7. Sorry, or maybe about 7. But other than that, I'm doing good. Although my man in black could be look more like who he's supposed to. I guess the color I might add to this one tonight is the same color I added to Amanda Waller. I did her. Brown. Trying to add one color to a lot of my drawings. I didn't add anything to Venom last night because I don't have a white marker.
I can dig that.
They don't really make a lot of white markers.
I use Jelly Roll gel pens.
They got white for those?
Yes, they do, and they're fantastic.
Okay. Can you get them like anywhere, or do you get them at a specific spot, or?
Office supply store.
Okay. So like Staples.
Exactly, that's where I get mine.
Okay, we got a few of those around me, so hopefully they have it.
Gotta love multinational mega corporations.
Yeah, except when they don't all carry the same thing.
That is true.
Because it's like when Ethan did that one about the different supplies, and he showed getting Copic from Michaels. I went to my Michaels, they didn't have it.
I've never seen a Michaels that has Copic.
Well, he did because he grabbed them from there.
That's a Michaels that has artists that live near it that buy from that Michaels.
I think the guys use whiteout, and yes, they do make white jelly pens. They have them, but they are super expensive. I guess Bethany's has seen Copics at Michael's as well.
Wow, that's amazing, and yet they still seem to have a shortage. Dun dun dun.
Hobby Lobby is cheaper for art supplies and use a 40% coupon. Michael's has coupons too, but I found a place to get my Copics. Bless me. Called
Bless you.
Curry's Art Store. They have a website. I was thinking they were local, but once I looked at the website, I think they're a little bit more than local. Oh, I found them a couple weeks ago there. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, when you're working with the jelly rolls, you kind of have to be quick and light about it. Otherwise, you could pull up the ink from underneath.
There. It's not a very dark brown, actually. That looks about right.
There we go. I think I'm about done with this. What do you think?
Show it, talk, or whatever.
There we go. How about that? I think I'm. Can you see that all right?
Okay, so
How's that looking?
yeah, click on yours. Oh, cool. That does look good.
Thank you. Andre Brazier, America's hero. He's a veteran. He's a Christian. He's America's hero. Can you believe I caught flack for making him Christian?
Yeah.
So I doubled down on it and I had him wear a cross on the outside of his shirt. Instead of keeping with military tradition, which is wear your necklace on the inside of your shirt. That was my response to him being openly Christian and them not liking it. I was like, I have a story about people, man. People have faith.
Yeah.
There are different people with different spiritual beliefs in my book, man. I'm trying to tell a story here, and I really don't want to get stuck on semantics.
Okay. This looks more like Sammy Davis Jr., I think, than Will Smith. Show people.
I'm sorry, I had my mic off. I was like, you know what? That may be, but I think Sammy Davis Jr. would have made a better Man in Black anyways. Well, hey, man, I'm going to get running here. I'm going to go feed the children to what I haven't figured out yet, but pick an animal.
Yeah. I'll let people see this. There's my Agent J.
Nice, nice, nice. Good work.
And there doesn't seem to be anybody here, so other than Bethany. And maybe somebody else that's watching.
Well, Bethany, I can't read the chat, so I'm sorry.
Cool, nice. Yeah. It's just Bethany talking, and we got 2 viewers. I think one's me because of having the chat up, having the video up and all that. And I think the other's Bethany.
Well, awesome.
So I will for sure be on tomorrow night about 10 o'clock. And that will be the Slave Leia draw off for anybody who wants to come in. I will probably.
I am going. Oh. Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to step on you.
No problem. I just was going to say I'll be drawing Spawn during that time, but everybody else can draw Leia. If I get done before you guys are done, I'll jump in and draw Pathetic Leia. Because I'll do it extra fast.
Alrighty. Yeah. I was gonna say I'll really try and make that tomorrow. I am working on finishing these commissions for the
Yeah.
season, getting them out the door, and getting on to actually producing pages for Tales from the 99er. No, not Tales from the 99er. Oh my gosh, that's my comic strip. No, 2065 Retribution.
Oh, okay. Oh, we got
I'll be
three viewers.
posting Tales from the 99er on Twitter. So if you follow me on Twitter at TakeFerretArt, you can see Tales from the 99er, all that survived the death of my computer. And I hope you enjoy. It's a nice little slice of life.
Yes, and if you have yet to subscribe to me, subscribe, like, hit the notification bell. Also, check out Tank's channel. It's not yet in the description, but it will be momentarily after getting off. Because unless somebody else is coming in, a lot of people are coming in real quick. I think I'm going to get off too, because otherwise I'm sitting here doing nothing. Although I could draw something else, but I don't like silence when I'm doing it. Nobody here. Well, I don't mind the silence if I'm conversing with somebody in the chat. And I probably could converse with Bethany, but
Well, you should take some time and look up royalty-free music. You can have some. It's easy to, if you're on a computer, then it's real easy to plug it into your chat feed through Google Hangouts, and you can have some royalty-free music playing at a low volume in the background, so there's never a dull moment.
okay, so royalty-free music.
Yes, you're going to want to look for some royalty-free music.
Is that a website or just type in royalty-free music?
No, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for royalty-free music. And in that regard, you're going to find a lot of classical music. You might find some old folk music. And you might find some music, like elevator music.
Oh.
Smooth jazz or some techno or, there's a whole bunch of generic music that you can find that's royalty-free. And, yeah, you don't have to pay anything for it.
Well, that sounds good. For sure. Like I said, if I got somebody in the chat to talk to, converse with, or some people, it's not so bad drawing in silence, because then you're actually talking with somebody, or somebody in my chat to talk to too. But I don't at the moment, so I've done my duty for the night. I got on.
Right.
So
I thank you again for inviting me to come play.
Yeah. Since you're not in the group yet on Facebook, you don't really use Facebook either, I don't think, eh?
Well, I do have Facebook. I'm not really on there these days because it has really bad metrics.
Yeah. But, yeah, so anytime I'm on, anytime I'm on, I'll just, especially at night, I'll put it in your Twitter. And you can come on if you want or not, Oh, Manny's here.
Oh,
hey,
cool.
Manny.
Hello.
Okay, so maybe I will stay on now.
Good evening.
See, I kept you delayed just long enough.
Yeah. Okay, we'll catch you later, Tank.
Thank you very much once again for having me. You guys have yourselves a wonderful one.
No problem. So what's up, Manny?
So who was that on here?
Tank Ferret.
Oh man, I come in, he jumps out.
Yeah, he has some stuff to do. He has to feed his kids and all that. So okay. Cool. You came in just in time because I was about to end because
he was ready to get off of here.
Yeah, and we only had one person in the chat, so
So who was in the chat?
It was Bethany, but I think because I was talking about taking off, she left.
I know she was on Gary's stream.
Yeah, so she's probably either looking for another chat or whatever.
Cool. I gotta
Uh,
I gotta try to see if I can do this live stream and then you can jump on. I'll try that tomorrow.
yeah. Well, I'm not sure whether you heard me earlier. I've set up the draw off for Slave Leia for tomorrow.
Okay.
You,
what-
you and John and whoever else wants to get in. You guys can start it off. I will be drawing my spawn at first, and
Okay.
if I happen to get done my spawn beforehand, I'll super fast do a pathetic Leia and get voted down by all the fans.
What time are you gonna do this?
It'll be 10, I believe about 10 my time. So
Okay.
that's
Sounds good.
so John was on my stream earlier today.
Oh, cool.
That's how I was able to set it up. Yeah, it was him. Pixel Tank was there in the middle of the day, my noon hour one. Now Monday to Friday, I have my noon hour. Saturday, I might do something or I might not. Saturday's just going to be up in the air whether I decide to do a middle of the day stream, if you will. Maybe not at noon or whatever, but
Okay.
Monday through Saturday, at hopefully about 10 or 11, I will be doing a live drawing stream.
That's good.
And Sunday, I'm taking off just because I need a day off. I did 66 days straight in a row of doing at least one live stream. So
Well, you can just do one stream on Sunday.
yeah, who knows? I'm not sure. For the next little while, anyways, I'm going to be taking Sunday off, and it just depends on what's going on. When if I get an Indiegogo up and running, of course. It'll be every day doing something.
Okay.
So what do you got going on tonight? What are you drawing there?
Well, I'll show you what I did today.
Okay, we got somebody in the chat. Hello to whomever's here watching.
So this is what I want to do.
This year, you've been working on Skunk Girl?
Yeah, I've been working on Skunk Girl, but this is one that I want to do and send it to Antonio.
Oh, is this his characters?
Well, it's supposed to be him and Sashi. It's the sexy party.
Oh, okay.
And then if you notice, I have they're supposed to be at a party, and then I'm going to make little toys of all the different characters. Like
cool.
Cyber Frog and Lone Star, Red Rooster, Bigfoot Bill. Then I have Skunk Girl in the middle.
You have Skunk Girl in the middle, you said?
Yeah, she's right there too.
Cool.
Gotta have some advertisement, right?
True. Very true.
I mean, if you don't do it, nobody's gonna do it.
Yeah. For sure.
And here's another one that I did today. I was thinking of doing the one on the right tonight. I will be doing the one on the right tonight.
So the straight on pose?
Yeah, with her arms crossed with two desert eagles. Yeah.
Oh,
I think that's
cool.
a pretty cool pose. So I did 8 poses today, 8 fast sketches. And here's
eight
here
poses. Okay.
Yeah, and I did this storyboard. This is the storyboard for the video that I'm gonna do this weekend.
Okay.
So what starts off with two squirrels eating their nuts, and then you see this foot stomping on the squirrel. And this guy's telling her to stay back, stay back, stay back. And her aroma gets to him. He faints. And the next thing you see is tis, tis, typical. All show, no go. And then the last part is you'll see her face and she'll go, "Are you man enough?"
I like the squirrel stomp.
The squirrel stomp in the beginning. Yeah.
The only other thing that might make it funnier, I'm not sure whether it would or not, is you have one of her skunk minions going through between them first, or by it.
I never thought about that, but that's a good idea. But yeah, I'll think about it.
I have lots of good ideas like that.
I'll think about that.
Yeah, it's up to you, obviously.
These are some more cheesecake poses that I did today.
Cool.
And I think I got one more. So I've been busy.
Yeah.
As you can see. Okay. And this is my tiers. I'm only going to have 5 tiers for this book.
Yeah.
And I've labeled tiers. So the first tier is the SJW tier. Second tier is Stink, and Stank, Stunk, and O. Henry. So people are going to wonder, what does that mean? And I'm like, you got to buy the book to find out what these tiers are. You know, got to get people talking about it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it should be pretty good tiers. I mean, the first tier is a digital, second tier is a comic, third tier is 2 comics, the fourth tier will be a comic and a sketchbook, and then the fifth tier is the comic, sketchbook, and a real sketch.
Okay.
I mean, I want to keep it simple. I mean, some of these Indiegogos, they've got like 14 tiers. What in the world is that? That's just too complicated for me.
Yeah, well, some of them it's just giving people different options. That's really what it comes down to. And like, was it you saying that you have the stuff to make characters, action figures, or whatever?
Yeah, I can make my own action figures.
What you maybe?
So I will be making a bust of her to sell in the upper tier also.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking is, you said you have those 5, but maybe you should do a 6 or a 7, and like 1 the bust, and then 2 limited action figure set. Like you maybe, I'm not sure how many you can make, so you make 10 of them or something like that, right? And you only have 10 of that tier, and it's a pricey tier,
That's true.
It involves a little bit of work, but it doesn't involve a lot of work at that point.
Right. Yeah, so it's stuff that I got to think about. But that for sure, these 5 tiers will be there.
Yeah. And the only other tier that you might want to see is maybe a variant cover, but like an alternate cover by somebody else.
I was thinking of having like if I can go on shows and try to get like a cosplayer to dress up as the character.
Yeah,
make a limited edition photographic, cover.
Yeah.
So that's something that I was thinking about.
Yeah.
As a variant cover.
Yeah.
And when it comes out to the variant covers, I mean.
Yeah, you don't want to do too many of them, obviously.
Yeah. But it's not hard. I mean, it's especially if you're going to print it in, domestically. I mean, I could limit it to like 50 copies, and
yeah. I know a great variant cover for you. And it would go for your front and back.
Okay.
And that's your Comic Skate one. And you just stick Squirrel Girl in there somewhere.
Well,
Not Squirrel Girl, sorry, Skunk Girl.
The Comic Skate, I would have to get on the programs with all the rest of the guys and ask permission. So that Comic Skate was just something I did for promotional consideration.
Guess what? They would have no problem with that. I know that.
It's iffy. I mean, I would have to get every single one of their permissions.
Mike just put that big one on his. That was a variant cover of his.
But Mike's one of the big boys. He can do that. He knows all these people. He's been in touch with all these people. Nobody knows me.
Yeah,
so,
true. But your Comic Skate, and Mike has said if you want to a lot of people, if you want to use it, you can. Even Ethan has said that for Cyberfrog.
Well, if anything, I would ask him if I could make it as a card.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it on my comic book, but I think that's not fair to them.
Yeah,
I should not be making profit off of their creations. I mean,
or maybe not necessarily. Okay, maybe not a cover, but maybe as a poster. Maybe a stretch goal. You add that in as a poster.
If I was to do a poster, it would be something I would just give away free.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm saying maybe a stretch goal. You reach, you reach 10,000, and everybody gets the poster.
Sure. I mean, that's something that I need them to look at, and they need to approve. And I would actually ask every single one of them if it is okay with them. So if certain guys, if certain guys are on with good for that, I'll keep their characters on there. But if one of them doesn't want, I can actually I can take out their characters. It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
but it's something for me to think about.
Yeah, and the only other thing I would do with it, no matter what, is add Skunk Girl into it.
Oh, that's definite. Skunk Girl will be there.
Pardon?
Skunk Girl will be there. That's for sure.
Yeah. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna send John a link. John Dillard.
Awesome.
He's on Twitter. John, I'm about to send you a link if you want to come in. I got Manny in here. Your competition for you guys could do some trash talking to each other before the event.
I'm not gonna trash talk John. He's a proven commodity. I'm not proven yet.
Oh, he was trash talking you earlier.
Well, that's cool. Gotta watch out for the silent but violent guys. You know that.
Okay, I just sent it, John, if you want to come in. You, John?
That is me. How's it going?
How's it going, John?
Hey, Manny, how you doing?
I'm doing great. Got nothing better to do, and no sense just drawing by myself. Might as well draw with Rick.
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, you want to know something, John? This guy's not going to trash talk you. It's not going to be any fun for you.
Well, are they going to bring you back to the show next week?
No, they're not going to bring me back to the show.
It's only a one-time deal.
Yeah,
they're afraid of you.
I don't know if they're afraid of me. It's just again, like I said, I'm a nobody. They ain't gonna have me on more than once.
Exactly. I mean, that's the same. I mean, I'm going to be talking with Edwin tomorrow, and I'll try to put it in his ear, and we'll see if they even want me on the show.
Oh, I'm all blurry, huh? See if I can fix that. Yeah, I don't know how they felt about. Maybe I ruined it. I don't know.
Well, you know what they did? I guess we had our army that went there and voted for you, and I think they don't like that. But hey, that's the whole thing. They're supposed to bring their army along too, so it's not your fault.
I know after because Kanan White's like, yeah, because I said, oh, Jaquan Henderson, that's one of my friends from work, and then he's like, yeah, you must have brought a lot of your friends from work in the chat.
Well, what's wrong with that?
And then after we kind of like cut the video off and everybody was talking after we were off air,
Uh-huh.
I was like, I'm sorry, Kanan. I'm sorry that I brought new viewers to the channel. I'm sorry that I'm the only artist here that brought his own fans over to the channel. I'm sorry that I had people from my work contributing money to Mike on his channel. I'm sorry. I appreciate the customers.
Oh, I guess they didn't like it.
Everybody was cracking up, but it was fun.
But that's true. I mean, if they are gonna go on some show, why not they advertise? Why don't they throw it out to Twitter, have their army to come and support him?
Yeah.
That's all it
He was
is.
saying, oh, we have so many people in the chat. I was like, yeah, because I know a lot of my friends wanted to watch, you know?
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
And they were actually throwing in super chats. I mean, what's wrong with that?
exactly. I mean, I don't have that big of a following. I'm brand new to YouTube. I've only been on here for like what, 3 weeks or so.
Mhm.
So I mean, no, I think I joined up in the ending of August, but I didn't even put up a video till like 3 weeks ago. So I'm brand new. It's brand spanking new. Nobody knows me. And I just watch everybody in the Comicsgate. And I was watching a Gary Shipman video and I saw Cross Comics. And I'm like, oh, that's a pretty cool name, Cross Comics, because one of my comic books has religious undertones.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, let me go check out this guy's stuff. Oh, he does religious stuff. That's pretty cool. And then I saw the fan edition, which he won, and I saw Cross Comics, and I'm like, damn it, I need to know this Cross Comics guy.
Yeah. Then he sent me a pic. Then he sent me a pic of my characters.
Well, that was my audition, man. You know, I had to make you know who I was. I mean, how am I going to get to know this Cross Comic guy? I know, I'll do his characters and send him a copy and see how he likes it.
He said, "Oh, well, I
Cross.
liked it. I put it up on my stream."
Cross, do you mind if I screen share something?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, let me find it first.
Yeah, get my stuff off of there. Put on John's stuff.
I haven't drawn it. I just came off a 2.5 hour live stream with Marmaduke fan and promoting the book, and my hand's kind of tired.
Who's this Marmaduke fan? I haven't watched his streams yet.
Oh, he's great. He's an old comics gator but he's not as popular as the other guys. But he's been in it for a long time, and he does art history critiques of comic and manga.
I gotta check this guy out.
Yeah, he's really good. He really knows stuff.
Cool. It's like, I'm a big comic book fan. I have a lot of comics, and if you ever saw that show Hoarders,
Mm-hmm.
I put those guys to shame. Seriously, I would put those guys to shame. But I haven't read comics consistently in the last 10 years. It's just, they suck. You know, that Spider-Man storyline where he got rid of Mary Jane when he made that pact with the devil. I'm like, what's happening to comics?
Oh, the One More Day.
Yeah, One More Day. That's ruined it for me. I was done.
Am I screen sharing right now?
Yeah, you are. I just gotta present you to everyone.
Okay. Yeah, I was talking to Marmaduke, and this was one of his ideas on his channel. It was called Rednecks versus Racists, and I drew a little fan art piece of these redneck guys punching out some Antifa and also punching out some KKK members. And he was like, "That is so good. Your audition passed. I'm getting you for my next book, 100%." That's sometimes what you got to do. You got to just, do a drawing for free to do a good audition.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, that's what I did. I did an audition for Cross, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, did the audition for a low level, no name, nothing.
But
I'm building up a name for myself here, so
But compared to me, I mean, you were, at least you had a following compared to what I had.
Yeah.
So
Well, that was through a bit of hard work. Like I said, I went on I went on Mike, I went on Ethan, and I just went in the chat and, started promoting my channel, and I got a few subs here and there. And then I started more doing it at, the beginning and the end of their stuff instead of, in the middle, because people didn't seem to appreciate it in the middle. So some people didn't even appreciate at the end, but it's like, okay, I'm not taking away from anybody that way, So this show is ended, So, you go to mine and check it out, it doesn't matter, right?
right.
Or you're in waiting beforehand. Well, maybe you're watching the chat, maybe you're participating in the chat. But for the people that aren't participating in the chat, again, what's it hurt for them to open up another tab and check out my channel?
Exactly.
And I always said at the beginning, why not open up another channel, another tab, and check out my channel?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, well, you didn't catch those, but you saw, like you said, you saw my stuff, and then you were surprised to see me put it up on my stream.
Right. Well, I was hoping you would put it up on your stream. That's for sure. I'm like, I'm a nobody. Nobody even knows I exist. I need to start somewhere. Where am I going to start?
Yeah. But it definitely surprised you when my next stream that I had, it went up.
Yes, sir.
And then you finally spoke. You said you had been watching me for a little bit. Or a couple days or whatever. I'm not sure how long you said you had been.
Well, I had to get.
It was a good way to meet you, for sure.
What you see on my screen right now is my 4th day of Inktober. Is it 4th day or 5th day? 5th day.
What's the 5th day from?
The 5th day is chicken. So I made Hawkman into a big chicken. kind of evil chicken, if you. I mean, whatever's something different.
Yeah.
I can't trust.
Could have done robot chicken.
True, I could have done that.
But I guess that's too predictable.
Yeah, I couldn't draw a skunk girl today for chicken, so I was like, oh, darn it. I actually got to do a real chicken. Tomorrow is
Chicken Hawk. Or Bugs Bunny's Chicken Hawk.
Yeah, so this one is for tomorrow. I already did tomorrow's one already. I kind of cheated. I went ahead.
What's that? Who's that? Frankenstein?
Yeah, kind of like a Frankenstein monster. He's drooling over a cupcake.
What's tomorrow's
drool?
Drool?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just posted up on my Facebook. I belong to this thing called Comic Jam Hawaii, so I just posted in there. Something different. And then I posted on Facebook, and then I posted on DeviantArt, and I posted on Twitter, just like all, try to just get all the stuff out there. I got more hits on Skunk Girl last night. Thanks to you, Rick.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, we're looking at the chat, and even though it might have said only 10 people, but that's people coming and going, so we really don't know how many people was watching us last night.
Yeah, last night, let's see.
I know it was like 60 something watched it last night. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
So even though it might
and that's also people watching after. Let's see what the number's at for last night.
Yeah, you can't forget that people watch the video after it goes up too.
Right.
Yeah, we're at 65. It's at 65
That's pretty good.
views
Yeah,
and 10 likes.
Cool.
that's
except for-
that's more views than I've ever got on any of my videos on my channel.
Well,
Well, I did the guest star review of Venom and then drawing Venom live last night. So
Oh yeah, you had Spider-Man show up, so
yeah, and right at the beginning, yeah, I just the Spider-Man. I thought, I just figured it'd be a cool. I didn't want to put it in the. I didn't want to put the clickbait in the thing. Just guest star. Review. There's the clickbait there. Okay, who's the guest star? Reviewing Venom. Then they click it and they see Spider-Man. Or me dressed up as Spider-Man, sort of.
what is your book, John?
the book that I'm working on, the one that I was working on the Marmaduke show it's called The Last Judge, and I actually want to pick your guys' brains a little bit because it has a lot to do with religious history.
Okay.
And but let me finish this real quick. I got to do my Inktober real quick. you reminded me. This is a picture of Jamal Igle as a chicken holding his black book, saying, "This is not a service industry. You cannot have it."
Here, let's see that. Cool.
Hey, cool.
But what's the next movie that I could do clickbait to?
Telling you, when John and I come on, what you got to do is you got to put whatever your topic is, and you say featuring, his book name and featuring my book name, and or even just featuring John Dillard, featuring, Good Dog Press.
Well, tomorrow it's going to be what should I do? Slave Leia draw off between the two comics fan gate, the two Slave Leia draw off between the two John and Quarter fan edition winners.
Call us champs. Don't call us winners. Call us champs.
Okay, something like that. I might put some of it in the description, but maybe I'll just do Slave Leia draw off for the clickbait, and then in the description, the two winners of John and Quarter fan edition.
Cool.
The two champs of John and Quarter fan edition face off to draw. Slave Leia. Two will enter. One will leave.
I'm tweeting out that we're drawing live right now.
Awesome.
Let's see if it gets anybody in here. Probably not.
Yeah.
Never can tell.
But I do got 189 followers on Twitter now.
Awesome.
And I didn't even have to show any cleavage.
You've got a lot more followers than me on Twitter.
But did you pick up most of those followers from that one show?
No, I had about 150, and I got about 35 more when I went on the show.
Oh, that's still pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a good bump. I got the biggest bump from the YouTube. I went from 45 to 62.
Oh, cool. You've been posting a lot of videos?
I've been trying, but no, I haven't actually.
Yeah, I'm just not getting any subs from the videos. I mean, I'm getting some hits. It's not bad, but I'm just not getting the subs.
What is your YouTube called? Good Dog Press?
Yes.
Here, let me.
Okay, you might as well put it on John because I'm getting problems with my screen right now. Gonna have to shut down this program.
Well, who's ever talking? It goes on to who's ever supposed to be going on to who's ever talking.
Okay.
So, you know. Yeah, that's a good avatar to have. Especially right now.
I know
Awesome.
my avatar's an ugly old man.
I've half thought of switching. I thought thought of switching my avatar to the Canadian Shield's face, but for a while, I'm not sure. I'll probably do that once I'm up and running my Indiegogo. You know, but at least now, when you type Cross Comics, the first thing that comes up is me. You don't even have to do the channel filter thing to find me. So I like that. When I first started this channel like 4 months ago, to find me, you had to hit the channel filter and go down a bit.
I know on my Indiegogo, when you look up Black Emerald, you got to scroll down 3 pages before you get to my campaign.
Hey, Adrian, how are you doing tonight? Adrian's in the chat.
Oh my goodness.
You got a hurricane happening there, Manny? Oh no, that's your fan. Sorry.
Oh, it's not my fan. I got my window open today.
Ah,
It's hot.
of course it's hot. It's Hawaii.
I know. It's crazy today.
I wish I had your problems
Uh,
of the heat. That is. Other problems I'm not sure about, so I won't talk about those. I'm just talking weather-wise.
yeah, that's for sure. Okay.
Motivated to do what, Adrian? You want motivation? Come on here and draw. Draining work day.
Is there a way for me to see the live chat as it's happening?
Do you have more than one device?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta do that.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's the easiest way I would suggest. You could probably bring it up on your screen next to it or whatever. Go into the chat or whatever. I'm not sure whether well, yeah, no, because you're not a moderator, so I don't think you can go into the control room. Or maybe, can you? No, there's no control room here, live control room. We want to show participants. Okay.
Oh, I got a new subscriber to my YouTube from the Marmaduke show.
Cool.
Oh, the link's in the chat on Facebook, Adrian, if you want to come in. Somewhere up there. Just find me. You'll find it. Unless you want me to put a new link in. Okay. Since Manny's the only one doing anything here,
We're
going to present him.
Finally got my pad to start working again.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and guess what I'm drawing?
Skunk Girl!
Yep. You guys are gonna be sick of her.
Yeah. I gotta come up with I gotta figure out who my best character to I might think of drawing on my spare time, a Skunk Girl cross comics crossover. Not sure whether they should be fighting or teaming up.
You got to do the Marvel misunderstanding.
Yeah. Well, see, his character is like Catwoman, so it's a question of Catwoman or Black Cat.
Right.
So it's, are they catching her robbing a bank or?
Well, she's gonna rob a bank, and she does some other bad stuff that they gotta come after her. But remember, she's a skunk girl. She can't be defeated.
She can be defeated.
No, she
If
can't.
you,
You gotta
if
read the
you,
book.
hey, she can be defeated if you get close enough to her. But overcoming that smell could be a problem.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you may think she's gonna stink, but everybody's gonna fall in love with her. She's got pheromones,
Ah,
like Pepe Le Pew.
he didn't have any pheromones. That cat was always trying to run away from him.
But if he had the paint stripe on his back, then she loved him.
The pink? I never saw that.
Yeah, there was paint. There was always black paint that would go on Pepe, and then the cat thought that he was a cat.
No, that was the opposite. Pepe wouldn't be
Oh,
interested.
okay.
And then
Yeah, the girl would get a white stripe down her back and
Pepe would be all over her like a wet blanket.
It's been a while since I saw those cartoons.
But it's just with your unbreathable skunk girl, thing. So it's like getting close to her. You'd have to have a hero that's immune to smell.
Well, I've got ways to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you got a character that's kind of like an Iron Man, he's not going to be able to smell her. But
well, he might not, because the iron armor brings up. I think it's supposed to bring up. Well, he might be able to smell through the armor, but the armor would analyze the scents and all that too.
I've got a way that they all get infected.
Yeah.
I thought of that.
Yeah. But I'm thinking, you take Superman, for example. He could get near her.
No, Superman has heightened senses, and his heightened sense of smell would cripple him around Skunk Girl.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be a great
image. Imagine poor Daredevil encountering Skunk Girl.
Yeah. Or Wolverine.
Well, she'd definitely never be able to hide from Wolverine.
Yeah, but if he smells her, he's under her spell automatically.
Oh, she got like a poison ivy thing going on?
Yeah, she's got pheromones, so she pretty much any person that smells her, she can take over them.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that part of her. I thought it was like, because the one page where the one thing that you showed where the guy fainted or whatever from her smell.
Well, she took him over. He didn't faint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought he fainted from the stench of the horrible smell.
No. He was angry. He was pointing a gun at her. And if you notice, the panels progressed, started to smile, and then he pretty much was under her control.
Okay. That sounds like I've got a character probably similar to that, but it's not quite the same. Called Virgo. I did something really weird for it's a criminal did the whole Zodiac thing, but Virgo, she's this good-looking woman, but she puts off a pheromone or something like that people just guys end up not being interested in her whatsoever. From afar, they're like, ah, dreamy, you know? And then they get within a foot of her and it's like, eh, and they just walk away. Something to that effect. I haven't read my profile in a while on her. And girls, the only people that can get close to her are women, I think. I'd have to look at my profile. Let's see, do I have? Well, I know got it on. Got a profile on my com.
So do you guys know any YouTubers that would do like a drawing channel really late at night or like around like really early in the morning?
What do you mean by drawing panel?
Like what we're doing here, just hang out and drawing, but something around the neighborhood of like 4 a.m. my time, like maybe 7 a.m. your time.
I have no idea because I'm not up that late or up that early. Depends on how you.
And that's something I gotta. That's something I have to get around to looking at too, because my time zone, everybody else is going to sleep and I'm still doing work.
What is your time? What is your time? What is your time right now?
My time right now is 6 o'clock at night.
Oh.
So what
time do you? What time do you typically go to bed? It's like 9 o'clock right now for me.
I usually go to bed 12 o'clock, so I'm good for the next 6 hours.
Oh, okay. No, because I'm trying to maybe join a chat when I get out of work, and I get out of work usually around 4 a.m. my time, so it'd be like 1 o'clock your time.
Well, 10 for me, right? No, you're on the West Coast.
Yeah, I'm like in California.
Okay, 3 hours difference. Okay.
Yeah, so it'd be like 1 in the morning for you.
Yeah. I need to go to sleep at that time.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, you're back. Adrian was away for a bit. Didn't realize.
All right. So
do you need me to send you a link again, Adrian, if you want to come in? Okay, yeah, I got the whole profile right here for Virgo. Okay, stop doing whatever you're doing. Her real name is Helen Love. She's a professional criminal. She's 5'11", 143 pounds. She's got blonde hair, blue eyes. She's single. She's mobile. She's going to be part of a group called the Star Charts. Let's see whether I can zoom a little bit more here. Control that. Okay. Helena grew up. I want this bigger. How do I get zoom in more? View. Oh, okay, that's good. Helena grew up in a well-rounded house with good parents. When her teens hit, she started to be interested in boys. She would get their attention, but soon as the boys would get within 3 feet of her, they became completely apathetic and passive and would completely forget what they were doing and wouldn't ask her out. This effect would last for up to an hour. After a while, she, my bad grammar. After a while, this also happens to girls, okay? Getting within the same distance. Although this helped her not get into trouble, she This strongly starts to embitter her over time, knowing that she was one of the prettiest girls in school. After finishing high school, she finally starts to deduce that this is due to some unknown power she has. At this, Helena starts to think if she can use this power to her advantage, what she co- ugh, what she comes to is if she can't have love, then she'll have all the money and whatever else she desires. Through this power of hers, with this, she designs a costume and starts committing robberies to gain money and fame the fame she desires. Also, she is to be also if she is to be famous, she decides it will have to be another name than her real name. So she adopts the name Virgo, feeling she will always be a virgin.
Okay,
Sorry about the bad grammar.
interesting. Okay, so Rick, I gotta shut down my computer. My screen is
Okay,
not
well,
working. I'll be right back.
yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to draw here, and all I'm getting is straight lines. It's not giving me a
yeah, I
pressure.
know. I hate when that happens too.
Yeah, so I gotta shut down, and I'll be right back.
Okay. So who are you drawing here, John?
I am drawing. What was her name? I forgot her name already. This is the cosmonaut book,
Oh, okay.
and she don't have to wear her
Helmet?
astronaut helmet in this
Environment?
environment. So I have to remember how to draw hair.
This could be a hairy experience.
Yes, let me get my reference out. They wanted her to look like Birdie from Sabretooth.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But with much bigger bangs.
So she'll make a bang.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a pun, I'll find it.
Let me see. Yeah, like that. That's good.
Yeah. Didn't take you long to figure out how to draw hair again.
Good enough. Well, it's super cartoony, so
Wasn't too hairy of an experience.
not too much of a hair raising experience.
Yeah. Okay. Manny's gone. He's restarting his computer, so he should be back in about 5 minutes.
There we go. I want to draw her looking real tough because she's gonna be She's gonna be leading the hike through the forest,
Okay.
and she's gonna be leading her two co-workers with two other astronauts,
Chrononauts. Chrononauts.
cosmonauts.
Cosmonauts. Cosmonauts.
Yep.
Is that you, Manny?
Trying to get in.
Oh, you're in. I see you.
You're not supposed to see me.
Or I see something. I see something physical. I don't see your. I see from your camera, not from your desktop, like usual.
Great. Why is it not doing it? Something's wrong. Something is definitely wrong. It's not even letting me hit the application window.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
Cosmonaut is that somebody that does the time travel thing? I forget. Or am I thinking of Chrononaut?
You're thinking of Chrononaut. You're thinking of
Uh,
Time Lords.
Yeah, well, I'm more thinking of 7 Days, the TV series 7 Days.
Let's see. A cosmonaut is just like I think it's just the name for a Russian astronaut.
Oh, okay.
But I like the name cosmonaut better than I do astronaut, so
Yeah, it sounds a little fancier or something like that.
sounds a little more, yeah, fantasy-ish.
Like there's something more to it than just, going up in a space shuttle and down. Or going to the space station. Okay, Manny's gone again. Hopefully he'll be back.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
Yeah. Just all depends on whether he can get his computer to work right. So, okay, we probably got Adrian in here. Who else do we have in this chat? Well, me. Are you in the chat viewing or?
I am, yeah. So I think
Okay.
it's just Adrian.
Okay. Well, we do got a fourth one now, so I'm not sure who that is. But hello to whomever who's here. We have John Dillard, who won the first John and Quarter fan edition, and then went on to win John and Quarter Pro edition, regular edition. I'm gonna put it in the chat, the Facebook place. Chat, Adrian. Hey, Manny again.
Yeah, let's see this again. Hey.
I just sent Adrian the link, so he'll be coming in. Manny says, "Hey, John, what are you into?" And Adrian's coming in to draw. He's doing his series, Chrononauts. Did you get that page up for today's or yesterday's, whatever? Don? Let's see what Adrian's got going on here. Present to everyone. Okay. Maybe Adrian doesn't.
I'm back.
What was that, Manny?
I said I'm back. It's finally working again.
Manny's bringing up his Adobe Illustrator. You're doing Skunky. You're getting things. Okay, you're getting a little smelly. What's his name's doing? He's doing his Superboy from last night. Adrian.
Oh, nice. Sorry about that. I just realized that I left my hamburgers on the George Foreman grill and I thoroughly burnt them. So now I got to call my wife and tell her to bring me something to eat.
Okay, what do we got going on here? I'm gonna present. Okay. I think. Uh, okay, you're supposed to be presenting. Stop presenting. Okay, this is just. I hate it when my chat window gets behind. Well, not my chat, but my stream window gets behind and what's going on, what people are seeing. Not that there's anybody here to see anything.
I can see it.
You got 3 people watching, so
Yeah, me, Adrian, probably Adrian, and John. We're all in the chat too. Oh, we got our 4th one back. Not sure who that is. Let me guess. That's you, Manny.
I don't know. I don't know how these things work. I'm learning.
Yeah, kind of. I'm just gonna finish off Virgo, just her skills and powers. Virgo has no physical combat skills of any kind. She completely relies on her smarts, her beauty, and her power. Her power projects an attitude of apathy and passiveness for a radius of 3 feet around her. This is projected via a scent which is undetectable by normal means. So there is Virgo. Virgo versus Skunk Girl. What's Skunk Girl's range for that form of power?
Pretty much. She's got to be close by, because if the wind comes, you'll blow it away.
Okay, so she'd be like 2 or 3 feet as well, probably then.
Further than that. I mean, there's a point in the story where I don't want to give too much away, because it's kind of like
Yeah.
It goes with the story. I mean, the person that's reading it's going, well, guaranteed they're not going to get affected, but there is another way that you can get affected, so I can't give that away.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was just, thinking more the range of her power. Like I said, range, If somebody's out of a 5-foot radius, then
Oh yeah.
the chances of them getting affected are slim.
If she's in a room, you're going to get affected. So.
Okay. I think I have an idea how you might be able to get affected without that range with the one thing you just said.
How do you think?
Well, you were saying about the wind blowing it away from somebody. Well, the wind might be able to blow it to somebody.
Oh yeah, but there's there's another way that you can get infected.
Okay. Okay, then. I obviously didn't guess the way that you were talking about. I just thought. Pardon?
You got to read the book.
I'll try.
It's one of those pages where it's the surprise. So if I give it out, it's like it ruins.
Oh yeah. I'm not asking you to give it out. Yeah. It's like I made a wild guess based on.
I would tell you off air, but I'm not going to tell you on a live stream, and everybody's going to hear it.
Well, you know what? Don't even tell me off air, because hopefully I'm going to be able to afford the book. Well,
if anything, you'll be able to afford the PDF. So.
Yeah, you want to know something? I could probably afford a lot of these PDFs. I could probably scrape the money together. And PDFs are good, but for stuff like this, I don't want just a PDF.
Right.
I want the actual physical copy.
Exactly.
Hello, John. Hail, Kid Flash.
So John, you need to pimp out your book right now. Come on. I don't have a book right now. You need
Okay,
to talk about it.
what's your project? What do you tip out what you're doing here? Even though it's free, tip it out. That way people know it. Although
I got my book is called Black Emerald. It's a story about a young lady who is having a real hard time because her reputation is being called into question by everybody around her. She has been fostering a good life and a reputation of being a good church girl and doing a lot for the community and taking care of her grandmother. But there's a lady that's going around that seems to be her exact double that's causing a whole bunch of a mess in the town. So I think it's a short story, and I can't really give away too much because it is a very short story and it's a one and done. So can't give away the ending. So
Right.
now, what I can talk about is the story that I was working on that I'm not going to do anymore. But it was going to be the 6-page short story that goes with the PDF. And it was going to be mostly images, very little dialogue, of a very young girl hiding under her bed, all in shadows, and plotting to kill her parents.
ooh. Oh, we got 5 years in here now. Cool.
And she was going to be she had taken what do you call it? A nice piece of sharp metal from underneath her bed, like a piece of the because her bed's really old, so the little piece was that she was able to pry it off, and she's down there and she's contemplating and she's thinking to herself throughout the whole series of pages how she's going to do it. And the whole time you see like her mom is super nice and she's like, "Are you going to come out of your room or it's time to eat? Are you going to be ready by the time your dad gets home?" And blah, blah, blah. And she's sitting there and she's festering and she's saying, "They always want me to eat what they give me to eat." You know what I mean? Real. And but the thing is, by the time the reveal is by the time her dad gets home, he comes with somebody else and he's actually selling his daughter to other people. And she makes an attempt to kill him, does not work, and the story ends like that. And it's like a just terrible, terrible story.
Yeah, she should have killed the mom.
Yeah.
Hello to everybody that's come in the chat recently.
That's a great twist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you start to back up, and when you talk about this is the food that she wants me to eat, the mom's like feeding her dog food and stuff. It's terrible.
Terrible.
But the whole time you try to make the mom look very Stepford Housewife-ish, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Try to make the whole thing look like it's all the little girl's a psychopath or something, but
great. Cool.
I thought there was going to be some sort of twist. There just has to be.
That's a great twist.
So I'm not going to do that because I talked to a couple people and they were like, "That's a little bit too much for a little 6-page story that."
Actually, you know, it reminds me of the old Eerie comics and the stuff from the 50s.
Yeah, I like that stuff.
They did all those weird, creepy stuff that they just turned the story totally around. I mean, there is an audience for that. That's for sure. I don't think it's that creepy.
Yeah, my wife was telling me. Sorry, I was eating that burnt burger.
Yeah. we can hear. We can tell.
My wife was saying it's a bit, maybe a bit inappropriate for my first foray into comics. Maybe save that for when I establish myself.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I have another character. She's called Cinta, Prehistoric Princess. So she gets marooned on an island, and of course it's all like the prehistoric mammals. It's not I don't like dinosaurs. I like the mammals. I like the Ice Age mammals. So she gets totally hungry. She's got to survive. So she comes upon this Black Panther cub. And she pretty much kills the Black Panther cub for, she got to eat.
Yeah, sustenance.
So if you go into my website, Good Dog Press, it's actually on there. I do have the pages, and it's pretty graphic. And when I did it, I'm like, oh, I'm going to catch so much hell for this page. Killing a little baby panther. Oh my God. But it fits the story, because if you read the story, she kills the panther for, to eat, but the mother panther attacks her, and she has to fight the mother panther. And that's how she gets her costume, by killing the mother. So it fits the story. It was shocking, but it fits the story. And if I establish myself with Skunk Girl, build up a reputation, I can bring out that other character. And that other character, the comic book, there's no dialogue whatsoever. It's just straight drawings.
Cool.
Oh, I like that stuff.
Adrian was saying a couple minutes ago, there needs to be some anthology style books. And I guess he said after that, I guess to somebody's comment, sounds, not sounds, like old school comics did. I guess when you're talking about the 50s stuff and all that. And he just said, about your princess stuff, I believe. Sounds cool, Manny.
Yeah, I mean, whoever said that comment, just go to my website, gooddogpress.net, and you'll see the first 7 pages of the 3 issues. I got 4 comic books already done, ready to be printed, and I've got them all up on my website. Unfortunately, Skunk Girl is not done. Skunk Girl, I finished the breakdowns to Skunk Girl about 2 weeks ago. So
you've got it written, but you haven't got it drawn.
Right. I have it broken down, but I just got to do the finished pencils now.
Adrian just said, large issues with short stories.
That would be great to get a lot of these short stories in an anthology. Even just like the small creators from Comicsgate, they did an anthology for that.
I mean, that would be a way, especially for the guys who aren't making as much, contacts. I mean, if they got a whole bunch of us going together, like maybe 2 or 3, 4 guys, that's another way to get out there.
Yeah. I think it'd be a way to promote, Adrian saying.
Should probably move on that before somebody else does it.
Yeah, but do you guys have short stories enough? Well,
yeah,
you do, John. I'm not sure whether I have that short of stories because I've been writing mainly. I've got comic books. A regular comic book length. Well, what I used to consider regular comic book length, 22 pages. So most of mine are 22 pages.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been always planning on ongoing series.
Well, then again, 22 pages isn't enough for a graphic novel, so you can consider that a one and done short story, unless it's tailor made to be ongoing.
Right.
Yeah, mine are because first issue is obviously origin, and then
Well, then you can't play with this.
Pardon?
Is that right? A short story, or you can't play with this.
Right. But the thing too is the short stories all have to go together. I mean, I don't think you want a Jungle Girl in a horror story or.
Well, you could, because remember the old. Well, I'm not sure whether you
just
know
throw that story where she slaughters that poor animal in the horror section.
Yeah, Adrian saying he's a huge fan of Steve Ditko's shorts. Well, if you think back to like the beginning of comic books when they had like what 60, 100 pages, and they had a 5 or 6 page story for each character, or maybe 10 pages.
Yeah, they were super short before. It wasn't long at all.
Yeah, I'm talking like back 1930s, 1940s. I've got some of those ones digitally. I found them on certain sites, and I'm like, these things are long.
Yeah.
I've got a couple Archie Giants that I bought at a store cheap. You know, there's Archie's always been the short stories until they bring out the continuity stuff. Adrian saying could pick a theme. You know, each person's draw. You know, does something, picks a theme, or pick a theme for the book. You know, I guess each one would be a different theme. You know, have
Right.
horror 1 month or whatever. But even if you did, different types, because even those big books, they had different types, like you had Action Comics, but like Action Comics #1 had Superman, and then it had some detective stuff, and it had some mystical stuff and other stuff, if I remember right. So you had a whole bunch of stuff in these. You can mix up the genres, Adrian's saying.
True.
So, yeah, there's lots of stuff you could do with that too, for sure. I'm just gonna put this down for people to somewhat see.
So not to get off subject, but John, so who was the biggest trash talker on that show?
That would be. I don't want to say Malin because he talks the most trash, but the biggest trash talker is actually Mike.
Seriously?
Yeah, because you could tell he gets kind of he's one of those personalities where he will hear a joke and be like a little bit offended and kind of shut down the conversation. So it's like, you killed it, dude. You killed it. So when he talks, it's like that he's like not really joking around. He actually means his insults.
Does it sound like he has thin skin?
Right.
Adrian just said Japan is notorious for mixing it up, and then I guess to your Mike comment, he says, "John, I could see that."
Yeah, and I think that Malin got a little bit salty when I said that I compared his work to furry fan art. He started I could tell that he was going and clicking and looking at my drawing to look at things to pick at after I said that.
Wow.
But no, they're all good. They were good natured about it. That's the thing I like about when you talk to a professional artist. You can actually jab at them, and it doesn't really bother them because they're secure in the fact that they draw good things.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're in school and stuff, you can't really do that because people get offended real fast.
Well, the thing is with me, I'm secure in the fact that I know I'm not as good as those guys. So, you insult me all you want. I know I'm not as good as you.
So you can't talk trash on me because I'm the fan. Do I gotta go and, do I gotta call Heather Antos and tell her that Comicsgate is attacking the fans?
Well, you guys all know that I'm going to catch so much heat for this character that I'm drawing. I mean, you can imagine all the SJWs coming at me.
Oh yeah. Even this one that I'm drawing, just because I'm drawing these girls like little bombshells in it, even though they're super cartoony, I've already gotten heat from my wife.
And what's worse is the villains of this story. Even though she's a villain, she has people that she's going to go up against are called the SJWs, the Super Justice Wardens.
Oh yeah, you were telling me about that last time.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to catch so much heat, but you know what? Bring it on. I'm not worried about it.
You gotta catch ain't nobody giving you no fire anyway. You might as well cause some heat somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Get yourself some attention,
Like I saying, I'm not trying to go to all the conventions and be there with my hat in my hand and be like, please look at my work, please. It's nobody's giving me no heat, so what do I care if they don't like my book?
Yeah. I mean, I want to bring back that 90s style, that good girl, bad girl art. What was wrong with that? It was fun. The stories were stupid as hell, but they were fun to read.
Yeah, some of my favorite work was the Old Lady Death, Evil Ernie
Right.
books. And that was just let me sit back and look at all these cool pictures,
One of my funnest books that I used to read back in the 80s was Warlord. I mean, that book you could read in 3 minutes. It was so fast. I mean, it was all action.
Okay.
You guys ever
Agent
remember that?
Teddy, I never read
I don't remember Warlord. No.
It was Mike
I
Brown.
never. Yeah.
Which,
Adrian saying he agreed with something you said, Manny. I forget what now. Sometimes we catch these things a bit late. Adrian's got to get a mic. I'm just teasing, of course, Adrian. You're welcome here anytime without a mic. Yeah, Warlord was a fun book, Adrian said.
oh yeah, I mean, Mike Grill's art was awesome too. But I heard he's a liberal, so.
I actually enjoyed a book. I heard a while back, maybe a couple of years back, there was a book that came out. I think it was by Dan Zing, and it was called Jaguar God.
Mm.
And there was a lot of good stuff in there. I love the drawings in that, and it was all real. You could tell it was kind of sloppy, but they just got once they get the poses down, they just ran with it because the poses were solid.
Cool.
I don't know if I've seen that Jaguar God.
And it does have a lot of the real cheesecakey drawings in it.
Right. I mean, the Warlord, he had a girl character that could turn into a cat. So a lot of cheesecake.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like go Rick.
I was just gonna. I'm keeping an eye on Adrian stuff here, so I have read a few of. I have read a few. I collect the old Conan books. I've heard of Jaguar God. So we're caught up on Adrian. So
yeah,
cool.
I keep this Conan book because some of the artwork I like to every now and then just this Conan omnibus.
Mm.
And because like a lot of this stuff is real good. It's the real painterly, kind of like the Wolverine Origins. And some of the stuff is real inspirational. Like you get stuck, you just sit and read this for a while, and you get a bunch of ideas for panels and layouts.
Okay, well, is it not present? We're back. We were up to 10 viewers, and now we're down to 2.
Yeah, what happened there, man?
Okay, is this thing? Okay, yeah, I have got Adrian. I've got several Savage Sword, a bunch of single floppies, a regular Conan, and several trades. Oh, we're back up to 3. Hello to whomever's come in. So. Okay, why is this not switching when it makes noise on somebody's?
You're hogging the show all to yourself, Rick.
I'm not trying to.
No, you're supposed to talk back trashing. It's my damn show, Manny. Shut up. Come on, I can't trash talk myself. Come on, try something. Make it more lively.
Okay, it's my show. I'll talk if I want to. It's my party, and I cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Okay, I won't cry, but I'll shout. Lone Star Squadron! No.
Rick Piper.
Yeah,
it's a Rick Piper show.
Rick Piper. Richard Charles John Piper. King Richard the Lionheart. This is my show, and I am king.
You need to cut a video with that voice.
I do a lot of on my other channel. I do a lot of Canadian snack videos, and I get really animated in a bunch of those.
You said Canadian snack videos?
Yeah.
Like snacks that are only available in Canada?
Well, they're probably available. So a lot of them are probably available in the U.S. I don't know what anybody has anywhere else, But I saw a lot of these videos where people are exchanging Canadian snacks with Americans or Norwegians or wherever. Or I just saw people trying Canadian stuff, and I thought, I really can't really afford to, do this boxing, but why not just grab, snacks here and there and do the videos about them, It's like one video that I did is we both have Smarties. You guys have Smarties and we have Smarties, but your Smarties are different than our Smarties. Our Smarties are similar to M&Ms, but different.
Mm.
And what you guys have for Smarties, we call Rockets.
Cool.
So I did a whole video. One of my snack videos is I have the Rockets, I have Smarties, and I have M&Ms. And I'm like, I do all the three in one. Okay, this, and this. And then I do special, stuff special when it comes out if I can find it. Like they did a Kit Kat green tea chocolate bar.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether.
That sounds awful, actually.
I've tried it.
It was awful.
It wasn't that bad.
Okay, it wasn't super bad, but it certainly wasn't the greatest thing I ever tasted.
Was it better than a regular Kit Kat?
No.
No.
No, definitely not better than a dark chocolate Kit Kat. No.
Not better than a regular Kit Kat? It's the worst Kit Kat you could ever taste.
And people look at me weird because I love dark chocolate. I don't know how people don't like dark chocolate.
I only like dark chocolate. It's the best.
Yeah, like milk chocolate. It tastes like there's something missing.
Yeah, it's boring. It's like I like that little bitter aftertaste.
Mm-hmm. Especially when you go to like I go to like the Walgreens and you pick up these raspberry dark chocolate bars. Oh man!
I just bought a Mars dark chocolate the other day. It's pretty good.
Yeah. But
it was
I start out that Kit Kat green tea. Kit Kat green tea. I don't think this is gonna end well. And then I end up bringing my mom in to taste it, although she's not on camera, and a friend to bring it. I bring him on. He's not on camera, but they taste it off camera. Give their say what the reaction is. They speak a little, but not a lot. Sometimes I bring somebody in like that or not. It's just so.
What you need to do is you need to find some of the gross foods of Canada.
Yeah.
Hey, what are you guys known for? What is the most gross thing you guys are known for?
Well, to some people, poutine. Nah.
That wasn't too bad. I mean, when you told me about it, I mean, I never had it, but it wasn't gross.
What is it?
Poutine.
And what is it made out of?
It's French fries with cheese curds on top and then gravy put on top of that.
Cheese curds like cottage cheese?
Without the whole liquid part of the.
Like curds and whey.
Yeah.
Yeah, that don't sound too good.
Oh, I'm sorry, but it's just awesome. It's like great. But there's lots of places. I did a video on it for that channel too, my Pied Piper one, because I've seen again on YouTube. I've seen different places trying it or whatever. They don't usually show a good poutine, or they show something that doesn't look like poutine at all. And I'm like, okay, I got to really do this. Show this what it looks like. And the real funny thing is the place that I got it at New York fries.
Oh, dude, when I went to study abroad in Italy with all my friends in college, and we went over there and we wanted to get some Italian pizza, and everybody in town was telling us to go to this place called American Pizza, and it was just the pizza they serve in America because it's so much better. So like all these Italian like college students were lined up at the place called American Pizza.
That's funny.
Hey, Adrian, I didn't miss your trash talk. I just didn't read it for everybody. No, I'll read it now. We just got talking. When I did that whole cry if I want to, Adrian's like, cry as much as you want to, just don't sing.
Good on Adrian. I agree.
Yes, I know. I have a horrible voice.
Good advice for Ethan Van Sciver.
They can't get rid of that one because I was actually mentioned on that. So
Were you?
yeah, because
Awesome.
You were mentioned
Yeah.
on what?
I was mentioned on his chat, so you better not get rid of that one. Because the night before I sent him a picture of the Cyberfrog in a trebuchet. I'll bring that up.
Adrian's like, thank you, takes a bow for the trash talk thing that you gave me, or free he gave me, and you saying good one.
He said good one.
No,
Yes, I sent
I
this
think
to him.
Heard it?
I sent this to Ethan one night. So I super chatted. I said, I hope you had a good laugh at what I sent you last night, the Cyberfrog in a trebuchet. So he mentioned it. I mean, it wasn't long. It was like 10 seconds, but at least I got mentioned.
Yeah.
I mean, slowly building up.
Yeah, let's see.
That's a really good Cyberfrog too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
When I first drew it, one of the legs wasn't long enough. So all I had to do was in digital, just stretch it out. So much easier. Didn't have to redraw it. Just transformed it. The actual drawing to this is actually, I have another character that was, I'll bring up the original drawing to this.
Okay, Adrian saying, yeah, I wish EBS would stop taking down his streams. I can't always watch him live. And then he says, how long did that take you, Manny? For
the original one I did, which I'm trying to find right now. I think I worked on it for a night. It was my Cinta character was in the trebuchet. So then the Cyberfrog, it took me an afternoon. I just drew the Cyberfrog, colored it, got rid of my Cinta, and just drew the Cyberfrog in there. So it doesn't take that long.
No, we haven't showed Adrian stuff in a while. So let's go over to Adrian and show his Superboy, what he's doing with Superboy. Getting those lines in there, those inking lines. Cool.
It's looking good.
Just need to get some, color. You're not finished inking, obviously. Got a few more things to ink there. And then some color. It is looking good, my friend. It is looking really, really good.
Yes, it is.
But I wouldn't say it's looking super yet.
Hey, you can't say that.
Roasted.
Maybe it's coming up to wondrous.
So what did you throw up for roasted, John.
Oh, roasted.
Yeah, for you.
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can find it.
Okay. We're playing show and tell right now.
Here we go. That's what I did for roasted.
Let's see. Starfire. That's Starfire, right?
Yeah.
With I'm not sure who she's roasting.
That's the old Richard C. Meyer meme.
Awesome.
Cool. Yes, Adrian, you're certainly not doing that speedy in a speedy way.
Do you have your
I
spell?
just-
Do you have your
I just-
spell, John?
I just
Spell?
hid you.
Yeah, I did what was my spell? Yeah, it was I did a little mini drawing on a card.
Oh, cool.
And it was from because I'm doing all the Inktober Comics Gate themed.
Oh, okay.
Because Pixel wanted to get that together, but I think that everybody kind of just fell off on that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know if it was going to be a thing or not. So what I did was I just trying to promote myself by putting my own characters in every single pose.
Yeah, this is the one I did for. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. It's one of the comics on Indiegogo right now called The Bull.
The bull.
Oh, yeah.
Yes,
And he just has a little amulet that magically turns him into the bull. So that was for spell.
I could do a good one for that one. Character thing. The Bull versus Torres.
The bull looks cool.
Okay. Let's see. Thank you. Not yet. In due time. That's I won't do my super stuff in due time. Haha. That's great. Yeah, dude. I'm behind in Inktober. I'm still doing it. Nice. Not sure what all those comments are too, but probably the nicest for the different work you guys are doing here. So, what do you got there?
John.
What's this, Manny, for? Or who is this?
That was for the Inktober. This is roasted. This is Malik, the Hellguard from the serial comic book.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you meet him, you're pretty much toast. You don't want to meet this guy. He's the henchman of Lucifer, of course.
Okay. Where do you get how do you find out what's what for each day for Inktober?
You can just Google it.
Yeah, you look up Inktober, or you can actually go to inktober.com and they have a little button you can press for. It's called prompts, and the prompts are just the word for each day. I can send you a screenshot. You know what? Let me see. Let me just find it and do a screen share.
Okay.
Yeah, this was supposed to be my spell, but I didn't put this up for spell.
Although I'm a couple days behind, you know, since I got nothing doing tomorrow, I could technically probably. Well, I got something doing. I don't know whether I got something doing tomorrow night. I might be doing this late tomorrow night. And I'm doing. Oh shoot! Oh, I won't be here at 10. It'll be like 11. Probably 12. Well, it depends on whether. I'm not sure whether I'm going out yet or not.
Okay, so what's her name? Come on.
Unfortunately, it is not a girl. I wish.
Okay.
I couldn't be so blessed. I'm not following the prompt list, but I am doing comic skates characters.
All right. Do you see it on my screen here?
Yeah, here. Let me see this. I'm gonna write this down since it's right there in front of me. Okay, so
Tomorrow would be drooling.
Yes.
6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So we got.
Well, I'll just send you the link to your Twitter.
Okay.
That way you don't got to go through all that rigmarole. Okay, Cross Comics. And
Here.
there you go.
Uh-huh. I can do it.
John, I'm assuming that you're doing your colors too for your book.
No, it's going to be black and white only.
Black and white.
Yeah.
Who does
Now,
the
the
colors?
other
for
book, The Cosmonaut, this one I'm working on right now.
Yeah.
Is that's going to be, I'm going to have to get somebody to color it. I don't know how to do digital colors, so I'm going to have to get somebody to do that. Probably hire it out.
Yeah, I pretty much do everything myself. How's about the lettering? Do you own lettering?
Nope.
No.
Now for this one, I'm doing all the lettering by hand, so
Ooh.
the Cosmonaut one. But the other one, no, I'm gonna have to get that done too.
Do you have any digital programs?
I have one called Krita,
Okay.
and
How
I also
good-
have one called Inkscape.
How good is it?
It's actually really good. I just don't know how to use it. And I look online, and it doesn't have any tutorials on how to use it because it's not famous. You know, it's not popular. Like,
Right. Like for Clip Studio was made for people that do mangas. So I can do my lettering on my own here. And what's good is there's so much free lettering out there that you can download. So what I did was I downloaded this lettering called, I think it's called Crime something. It's really good. It's kind of looks like what you call it, Sin City kind of inking. Lettering. So
Yeah.
it fit perfect for my comic book.
you know what? I don't actually remember the lettering from Sin City. What does that look like?
Well,
Is that the one that looks kind of like the Batman Year One lettering?
I don't remember, but it's in that style. It's guaranteed you've seen it before. It's way better than Comic Sans, that's for sure.
Right.
The agent saying the clip art used to be called Magna Studio.
Yes. Manga Studio.
Now, is that one? If I get the basic version, is that sufficient, or do I need to get the pro version?
I think this is the pro version that I got, and it came on sale at Amazon. I think when I bought it, it was like $80. It goes on sale every Christmas, so that's when I bought it. I bought it around Christmas time, and I like it better than Photoshop. I got Photoshop also. I use Photoshop for my videos, but I don't use Photoshop to do my artwork because there's so many. It's like I said, it's made for manga artists, so you got so many shortcuts. You can do the same thing in Photoshop. Maybe I just didn't take the time to learn it, but when I started to use the Clip Studio, because I got it both at the same time just to see which was better, and I was just flying with Clip Studio. It's like, why would I go back?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the thing is I'm not that good at using computers and stuff, and so I'm real slow to learn something new, and I guess it's just me being lazy, because I know I was able to take a digital file that I got at FedEx office when I scanned one of the big pages in, and I opened it up in Krita, and I was able to take out the blue lines. I was able to separate the line work from the background and all that stuff. But did that one page, doing that, realistically, it took me about 5 hours. And I was like, oh, Lord, I don't want to, and it's going to take me, 5 hours a couple of times before I get good enough to start speeding it up,
Right. But I mean, like the first time that I did some work on it, it took me a while. I mean, it wasn't easy compared to now, but you'll get there. I mean, you just gotta fool around with it. Just keep at it, keep at it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still do traditional inks, but it's so much easier on the tablet.
Adrian saying Malin uses it too. The Magna Studio, I believe.
Yeah. He was all talking about how he
But-
has a $20 headset. I'm like, yeah, you got a $20 headset and a $7,000 drawing laptop.
So if you look on my screen right now, this is a portrait. I mean, a painting of Cinta. I did this all in Clip Studio.
Okay.
Is the fact that Malin uses it supposed to be a selling point or drive me away from it?
What is you, and this one just to the right of it?
To the
Of the
right of it
picture?
is the first page of the third issue.
See, I like that more. That's really cool.
Thank you. So if you go, so the first video that I put up to YouTube was the first 2 pages of this comic book.
Ah.
So I just took the images and I made a little, just motion, comic motion. So it was fun to do. It took me a while. I mean, it was the first video I tried to make in Photoshop. So now I can make videos a lot faster, but it was fun to do.
Yeah, I just did my first actual editing of a video when I had to put up a video for my Indiegogo.
The videos take forever. I mean, the
Yeah.
artwork is so much. I mean, the artwork goes so fast to make, and then the video just editing and make sure everything looks right, and putting the music to it, and kind of syncing everything up. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt.
I can definitely see why people pay people to make them videos.
Yeah.
I just can't afford to do that right now.
They're saying you can't see what Manny's showing us. It seems to be stuck on.
Stuck on, yeah. So nobody saw what we were talking about. Awesome.
Well, I saw. I can click on the little boxes down here.
Yeah.
So if you want to show all that again to everybody. Probably because I wasn't clicked on this thing, so.
Okay, if everybody can see that now, that's the first page. On the right, that's the first page of Cinta. And then on the left is a painting that I did in Clip Studio Art.
Nice.
Ooh, lucky.
Every single one of my comic books will have a butt shot.
It looks like inappropriate.
It will be an appropriate butt shot in every single issue. Bring on the SJWs. Come on.
Where do I put my credit card number?
Primitive cheesecake, says Adrian.
That's cool.
Okay, so I just wrote down all those prompts for thing. I gotta try to figure out a character of mine for each one. Manny will be Comic Skate's Frank Chow. Or Chew, however you start that.
Like I was telling you, Rick, last night. I mean, my influences was Michelangelo, Frank Frazetta, and Boris Vallejo. They all drew voluptuous women. So sue me, okay? I'm
not saying that. Adrian said it.
Well, I know I'm going to get that. I mean,
yeah.
Obviously I'm going to get that. I mean, that's classical art. I mean, Michelangelo was classical art. What's wrong with that?
And now my dad bought me the real big book, the complete works of Boris Vallejo and Julie Bell.
Mm-hmm.
and I did bad things with that book.
Adrian's saying Frank was the man, and then those are good influences.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm gonna make a video because I know, like I said, the SJWs are gonna come after me. I'm gonna make a video. It's like these are my influences, and I'm gonna show all the books I have, and then from there I'm gonna go into my portfolio from the 90s, and you guys are gonna see the big influences in my artwork from the 90s.
See, I got a butt shot right here from my Black Emerald comic book.
How come it's stuck on me, Rick?
I just put it over to him. Hopefully.
All right.
Oh, because I.
We'll make an anthology, Butt Shot Comics.
Buy that
Adrian's,
anthology.
That's nice.
Adrian's asking, ever see their photo books? And then Boris and Julia did photograph books too.
Yes.
Yeah. And then see, this is the one of the characters in that. She said, "I just draw her really grotesque. This is the grandmother." Because again, my main influences are Norman Rockwell and John Crispolucci of Ren and Stimpy.
I know the Norman Rockwell. I don't know the other guy.
Oh, you gotta look him up. He's just the best.
And I think it's to Manny. Nice shadows, he says.
Nice what?
Shadows.
Oh, thank you. Well, right now I'm gonna cut into the fur, so just block it in. I'm gonna start cutting away, give it more details.
Oh no, he said no, John. It was
Hey,
nice
see?
shadows to John.
Yeah, Manny John.
Rick said Manny.
Hey, I said I think.
Kick the moderator. Kick the moderator.
Rick's confused. That's the problem. And this is the preacher that casts judgment, right?
You don't want to kick me. You kick me, the stream's over. It's Adrian's fault. He wasn't clear on who the Nice Shadows comment was supposed to go to. Let's see. We got a foot on Superboy. Giving him a leg up. Sorry.
Manny, do you make up the guns as you go along, or do you try to make them specific guns?
Well, for her, I'm gonna give her Desert Eagles. So I looked at a Desert Eagle today, and I gotta pull up my reference, the drawing that I did. Try to get it as close as possible, but it doesn't have to be exact.
Is she super powered? You ain't gonna handle no Desert Eagle.
Well, she's a psycho too. That's the thing.
Oh, she got that crazy strength.
Yeah, she's kind of psycho. You don't last very long in this book.
I shot a Desert Eagle once. It was not fun.
Oh yeah, I've heard so many stories of Desert Eagles, and I've watched the videos on YouTube. These people are stupid. I mean, I bet it gives a big kick. I've never shot one, but I've seen the videos. It cracks me up.
Like I have a 357 Magnum, little snub nose, and even that thing it's hard to handle. After about 6 or 7 shots, your webbing in your hand starts to hurt. You know.
Yeah,
so I usually just run 38 specials out of it because it can fire both.
Mm-hmm.
So, cool. But I start using the 357 Magnum cartridges, especially a hot load. I mean, it's like as soon as you shoot, your whole hand just jerks backwards. You know.
I mean,
I will. I'm sorry. I'm just about to read Adrian's comment. I will make big, raw, left field hair dryer guns, futuristic cyberpunk guns. Mark Sylvester, Jim Lee style. That's all from Adrian.
Oh, he's
That's-
talking about doing the big tube, Rob Liefeld guns.
Two Liefeld
Yeah.
guns, yes.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No. Whatever works for you.
Yeah.
Whatever floats your comic universe.
Oh my God, where's my wife with those burgers? She went to the mall to go buy a safari outfit for our baby because we're taking her to the zoo tomorrow.
Well, that's cool.
I told her to go buy her a little khaki shirt and a helmet hat.
She's shopping. You told her to get you a burger while she's shopping?
Well, she said she was getting ready to come home. She was on her way. I didn't even ask. She just volunteered that information.
Yeah, I did this one about a month ago or 2 months ago. So I had to do that Rob Liefeld guns.
Oh, Youngblood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that cannon gun in the back.
Yeah, it's like super crazy. I would never draw a gun like that, but that's what he drew, so I copied that gun.
That's great,
Yeah,
actually.
man.
This is a really good cover. I like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made all this sketch covers for the amazing Hawaii Comic-Con, and then we had a hurricane that kind of ruined that plans. So it was postponed to February. Who's gonna buy comics in February? So it kind of sucks. You spend the money for a table and it just got canceled.
Yeah, you're all broke from Christmas, and then
Right, it's
you
like
gotta buy your sweetheart something for Valentine's Day. You ain't got no money.
people got to pay their taxes. It's coming up. It's like,
Yeah.
right, we're gonna have a Comic-Con in February. So it
Well,
kind of made me
there are Comic Cons in February. Nerds paid all year round.
well. No, Skunk Girl.
And it's not like a lot of people in Hawaii have much choice of where to go for Comic Cons.
No, well, they have the amazing Comic-Con. They have the Hawaii Comic-Con, and they have this thing called a Kawaii Con. The Kawaii Con is pretty much manga. So you have all these young women dressed up as manga cosplaying. But even at the Hawaii Comic-Con, and people are there just to cosplay. They're hardly buying anything.
Yeah.
It's not for the comic collector. It's pretty sad. I mean, I made back my money. Made back some. I mean, a nice profit, but nothing to brag about. It's just that's the way it is.
I've never actually been to a convention.
And
then every time and then everybody's telling me that they're not what they used to be. So
yeah, well, that's the thing is I went to the San Diego Comic Con way back in 1994. It was the year that Jack Kirby just died, because I had just had Stan Lee came down, and I got 4 comic books signed from him, and they were Jack Kirby books. So I said, great, now I can go to the Comic Con and see Jack Kirby and have him sign it. And he died a few months before it. So I was like heartbroken. I'm like, oh man, that's my hero. I need to see him. I need to finally meet Jack Kirby, but it never happened. But the good part was nobody was collecting comic book art at the time. So everything was cheap. I was buying George Perez paintings for $50. I got a John Byrne page, Fantastic Four, with all the members and Doctor Doom on the page for $150.
Nice.
I bet that thing is worth super bucks right now. It's crazy. I mean, I look on the internet now for just a John Byrne nothing page. It's in the thousands. It's crazy. So wow. I bought a whole bunch of stuff that year, and that year I was going there to buy 3 comic books. I wanted Hulk 181. I wanted
Wolverine.
Wolverine.
First, I bought it mint condition, perfect condition. you know, $250. It was super mint. It was awesome.
Nice.
I wanted Spider-Man 129, first appearance of Punisher, which I got. Wasn't super mint condition, but pretty damn good. But I'm still finding my third one. I've never found the third one. I'm still looking for that Holy Grail Fantastic Four 48. I need that.
I think
First
Skyver's got a one of it.
But
I
the
could be wrong.
Fantastic Four 48, I find a whole bunch of them, but they're always bad condition. I don't know why. It's the first appearance of Silver Surfer. I'm still looking for that. I mean, I found them, but not the one that I want yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Adrian saying, yeah, money is in art collecting.
Well, it used to be cheap back in the 90s, not anymore. I mean, I used to go on eBay and buy pages for like $10. You know, the unknown artists, but still, the artwork was great.
Yeah, you get the artist when they're unknown, because that way when they're known, the pages work.
But these are known books. I mean, these books are from Marvel. I mean, I picked up Marvel Comics Present pages. I got a Textera page for like maybe $90. I mean, back in the
which
day,
one?
It was a Ghost Rider page that I picked up. Yeah. I mean, that's another video I'm gonna make. I'm gonna make the artwork that I own, and this show it. I mean, hopefully I'll bring some people to my page.
I seen this page up for auction, and I wanted this page so bad, and it was just out of my price range. I was really thinking about selling. I had a car at the time, a 68 Galaxy or 67 Ford Galaxy. And I was going to sell it to get this damn page, but I think it was selling for, I think, $3,800. I was like, I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
Wow.
That's just amazing. Guys, it's like 1:30 here. I am getting tired.
Okay.
I'd love to stay up and keep you guys company, but I don't want to. I want to go to sleep. Although technically I could just go to sleep and keep the chat running, and you guys can keep going till it.
No, we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear you snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to hear me snoring. I'm very loud.
All right. Well, we'll see you later, Rick.
Okay. Hopefully,
Okay, Rick.
hopefully tomorrow night sometime. Once I find out what's going on tomorrow night, hopefully I'll find something out tomorrow afternoon. I'll get on, or I'll send you guys something to tell you what time I should be on approximately.
Sounds good.
All right. I'll see you guys later. See you later, Maddie.
Okay.
And,
Later.
Good night.
who's in the chat? Adrian or no Adrian? I'll see you later,
Just
Adrian.
Adrian. See you later, Adrian.
So remember, people, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, go to these guys' sites. Good Dog Press channel and John Dillard, the gaming something. What's yours? The gaming what?
John Dillard Gaming the System.
John Dillard Gaming the System, and Adrian doesn't have anything, so.
All right.
He's got you, Rick.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, guys. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Thanks.
Share, comment, and check out content. God bless everyone. Have a great, wonderful night.
God bless.